Once upon a time, in a vast forest, there was a small house where a mother sheep lived with her 7 little lambs. She loved them dearly and cared for them with great tenderness and caution. She always warned them about the cunning wolf that lurked in the forest. Whenever she went out to gather food, she reminded them, "Be careful, my little ones, of the wolf. Don't open the door for anyone, no matter what they say or try, unless you know it's me." One day, the mother had to leave for a long time to get food, so she asked her lambs to be vigilant and not to open the door for anyone. After she left, the wolf began watching the house from afar, thinking of a plan to capture the lambs. The wolf approached the door, knocked lightly, and said in a fake voice that sounded like the mother's, "Open the door, my little lambs, it's your mother." But the clever lambs were not fooled, and the eldest said, "No, you are not our mother. Your voice is rough, and our mother's is soft." Realizing that his first plan had failed, the wolf went to the river to drink water, hoping to soften his voice. He returned and tried again, knocking on the door, speaking softly this time. "Open the door, my little lambs, it's your mother," the wolf said sweetly. The lambs were not deceived and replied, "Show us your hand through the window, so we can make sure you are our mother." Looking at his black paws, the wolf knew they would recognize him. So he went back to the forest and covered his hands with flour until they were as white as the mother's. The wolf knocked on the door once more, showing his flour-covered hands through the window, and the lambs began to think it might be their mother. Cautiously, they opened the door, and the wolf revealed himself with a wicked grin, attacking them. The lambs tried to escape, with one hiding under the bed, another in the closet, another in the oven, and some in various corners of the house. However, the wolf found each one and swallowed them whole, except for the youngest lamb, who hid skillfully inside the clock. The wolf returned to the forest to rest after his big meal, while the smallest lamb came out crying. He waited for his mother to return. When she saw what had happened, her heart broke with sorrow, but she resolved not to give up. The mother and her smallest lamb went into the forest to search for the wolf, finding him asleep beneath a big tree with a full belly. Armed with scissors, needle, and thread, the mother carefully opened the wolf's belly, freeing each of her lambs, who were unharmed because the wolf had swallowed them quickly. The lambs rejoiced at seeing their mother and thanked the smallest lamb who survived and told their mother what happened. Together, they decided to teach the wolf a lesson, filling his belly with large stones, then sew it up tightly. When the wolf awoke, he felt thirsty and went to the river to drink, only to struggle with the weight of the stones. He fell into the water and drowned. The lambs lived safely and happily with their mother, having learned an important lesson in caution and trust, living happily ever after.